They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Here's the handoff. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to throw, it's played. And that one's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. They're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving. Throwing on the run. He's open on the right. Oh, he's got some space. At the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Well, the quarterback does a great job with his decision-making. He found the matchup he wanted one-on-one. His tight end's able to stretch the field. He makes the catch, and he does the rest of the work himself, running it into the end zone.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. He might want another play. Looking downfield on first down. He's going for it all. Makes the grab on the left side. Off and running. Touchdown, Bama. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. With the last drive in for a touchdown, they'll try to do it again on this one. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Hauls it in. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down.
Oh, that is a rope for the completion in this offense. I'll tell you, think about great Seminole quarterbacks, the 3 W's. Wenke, Winston, Ward. Dudes that could change the game. Heisman Trophy winners. Every defensive coordinator was scared every time they had to play the Seminoles because of that vaunted passing attack. And this guy, I think he has D coordinators seeing ghosts because this guy can play at a high level.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Looking for a gap. It's Lucas. Got the first down and more. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. And the Noles have this offense rolling. To throw, it's Slade. Finds his tight end. Breaks into the open. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
Man, what a weapon in this offense. To have a tight end that you can throw the football to, not just over the middle, not just to move the sticks, but a guy like this that can absolutely blaze, like a Warren, like a Bowers we've seen over the years, that can make huge plays down the field after the catch.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. They're not just using the running back as check down Charlie in the passing game. They're getting him downfield.
Right, and take my matchups I like. If you're going to play man-to-man, who are you going to put on the running back? You want to put a linebacker on him? I like my chances, even with safeties. Those guys, you know, listen, they aren't as great as corners in covering, so I like finding matchups and exploiting.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. 3rd down, red zone play, Brown alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away to buy time. They get to him as he throws. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Coming out with it, it's Williams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Got a man. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back.
There he goes! And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. Snap in the shotgun. Unloads to the wideout. Nice catch for the 2-point conversion. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Leaves it with the running back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Pulls and fired complete. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Blade. Just a short pass to the tight end. At the 40, there he goes. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Wants to go up top on first down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. But don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Using his feet to buy time. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Touchdown, Knowles! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And man, is that perfect timing. You could tell quarterback drops back, he sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the bread basket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth. I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Pressure coming. Grabbed over the middle. It's Craver. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
On the snap, it's Brown. He'll toss it. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
With the catch, it's Horton. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down for 24. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his man. It's Achuk. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Behind the chains now on second and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on third down. Back to throw, it's Blade. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Catch inside the 25. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Finds some fresh air. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
And I just just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Tennessee is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These Vols have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 4 to Ohio State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Turns it on down the left side. The 30. The 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown time.
Well, that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Steps away to find some room. Dumps it to the back. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Dropping back, it's Blade. He'll take a deep shot here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
When you make big plays for your quarterback in the game, you catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wide receiver going in motion. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He unleashes a long one. Makes the grab on the big throw. He's loose. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it more.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion. It's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on.
Touchdown Seminoles! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Scanning the field, it's Simpson. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down. Might be changing the route. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Not able to pop the big return, but they got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. These DBs going to give a little cushion. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. They'll go to the ground. Shakes off the defender. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Seminoles will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
To the air, it's Simpson. Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. He wants to throw it again. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Touchdown, Alabama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Okay, guys, the 4 a little muscle on this drive. They go to the ground. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Seminoles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll try the left side. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw, it's played. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They marched to the end zone the last time they had it. Do it again, and they'll be on top. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Alabama quickly back to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Floating away. He's going to run it. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. 1st down here for the offense. From the gun, running back on the move.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Makes the catch. It's Brown. Turning it on. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, and get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spot.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off and
salt on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had. And the defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Clemson made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Looking to throw, it's Blade. Fires to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football. They knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Snagged out of the air. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Man, this quarterback has been dialed in all game long. He's making outstanding decisions, and he's been so accurate throwing the football. He's now got over 350 passing yards.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Motion from the back. To the air on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Throws for the tight end. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Still running at the 40.
This is what can happen at times. You get the snowball effect. Everything going their way in the first half. Big lead going into halftime, but it's mistake after mistake on both sides of the ball. And that interception, David, compounds the problem.
And this defense has completely changed at the half. How about it, man? They've come out aggressive now, forcing a turnover. All the momentum on their side, and the offense gets the ball back.
Well, they got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Trying play action. Going for the big play. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They tackle a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
You know, good teams just know how to close games out, and you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Their defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touchdown, so they padded their lead. And this just speaks to, I think, the experience in the locker room and also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, we should have ran a better route.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. To the air, it's Blade. Oh, they're after it.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Going to swing it on second down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with this target.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Tide.